In 1957, 9 African-American students walked toward the doors of Little Rock Central High School, their footsteps echoing through history. Their names, Ernest Green, Elizabeth Eckford, Jefferson Thomas, Terrence Roberts, Carlotta Walls, Minnie Jean Brown, Gloria Ray, Thelma Mothershed, and Melba Patillo, would come to symbolize one of the most defining moments in America's civil rights movement. 3 years earlier, the Supreme Court's landmark decision in Brown v. Board of Education declared that segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. But in the South, change was not welcome. Many states resisted, clinging to Jim Crow laws and refusing to integrate their schools. Arkansas was no exception. Governor Orville Forbes was among those who stood against desegregation. On September 4, 1957, as the Little Rock Nine arrived at Central High, they were met with a scene of hostility. An angry white mob gathered outside, hurling insults and threats. But what made this moment even more shocking was the presence of the Arkansas National Guard, not to protect the students, but to block their entry. Forbes had called in the Guard to prevent integration, openly defying federal law. One image from that day became an enduring symbol of racial hatred and resilience. Elizabeth Eckford, dressed in a white blouse and dark skirt, walking alone while a mob screamed behind her. She had not received word that the other 8 students would be arriving together and was left to face the mob alone. She tried to reach the school's doors, but the guardsmen turned her away. She walked back toward a bus stop, alone, with cameras capturing every painful moment. For nearly 3 weeks, Central High remained closed to the Little Rock Nine. But the world was watching, and so was President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Under immense pressure, Eisenhower took decisive action. On September 24th, he federalized the Arkansas National Guard and sent in the 101st Airborne Division, elite paratroopers of the U.S. Army, to ensure the students could safely enter the school. The next day, escorted by soldiers with bayonets fixed, the Little Rock Nine walked through the doors of Central High. But their battle was far from over. Inside the school, they faced relentless harassment, spitballs, physical attacks, threats, and racial slurs. Minnie Jean Brown was eventually expelled for retaliating against her tormentors. The others endured the abuse for the entire school year. In May 1958, Ernest Green became the first African American to graduate from Central High. Sitting in the audience was Martin Luther King Jr., watching history unfold. But the struggle didn't end there. The following year, Arkansas's governor shut down Little Rock's High schools entirely rather than allow further integration, a move known as the Lost Year. It took continued legal battles to reopen the schools and enforce desegregation. Today, Central High School stands as a national historic site, a reminder of the bravery of the Little Rock Nine and the long fight for equality. Their courage didn't just change Arkansas, it changed America, forcing the nation to confront its deepest divisions and push forward toward justice. The echoes of that struggle still resonate, reminding us that history is never just in the past. It is lived, fought for, and carried forward by those who dare to stand against injustice.